But now they are telling that even descriptive part will be added. So basically they are telling that with the MCQs, descriptive part will be added in this CET of high school teacher recruitment. But this is not a confirmed news because still official notification has not been published, or even official news is also not released related to this. So that's why we will have to assume that maybe they will add descriptive part in the entrance exam in HSTR this time. So many aspirants are getting panic and scared, and we are getting many messages related to this. So that's why we are making this video to make it easy for you all. So first of all, though, we don't know whether this is going to happen or no. Okay, we really don't know whether in HSTR we will have MCQ plus descriptive. This is not a confirmed news. But then what if this is really a correct news, and what if after notification we get the same exam pattern which includes MCQs and descriptive? So what if that will happen? So that's why we want to make it easy for you by discussing about how to prepare for descriptive part if at all the question paper has the descriptive part. Okay. So for instance, let's assume that this is a confirmed news. Let's just assume. Okay. In case the notification contains only MCQ type exam pattern, then well and good, because anyhow you all are preparing for MCQ pattern only. But in case descriptive part is also added, you should be ready, because no, instead of getting scared, what you can actually do is start preparing in such a manner that you should be ready to write the entrance test, even if it is a descriptive and MCQ. So that is my point here. Okay. So let us first discuss how to prepare for the descriptive part. See, first though I will talk about paid class aspirants. Friends, if you are a paid class aspirant, then you will be knowing this for sure, that each and every class of ours which we make is following one proper procedure. What is that procedure? Every time we start the class, we start with the introduction of that topic. Then we continue with the concepts. If it is a physics, then we also discuss derivations leading to formulae. That is how our classes are always made. And if it is mathematics, then we also include theory behind the topic. And after that, after discussing all this, at the end of the class, we include MCQs for that particular topic. Right? But here, what has become a good news for us means, in every class we have this part, right? This part is actually the descriptive part. Correct, right? This part is the descriptive part. So why do we need to worry? So if you are an aspirant who is watching our classes, then our classes are going to be very useful for you all, because before discussing MCQs, we always discuss the descriptive part. Right? So this is one thing you have to keep in mind. So stop following only our notes. First to watch classes. That classes will only help you with the descriptive part. Every time we don't put all the text in the notes, right? Sometimes we also explain it just like that without putting the text in the class, right? So we verbally explain many things, right? All that comes under the descriptive part of that particular topic, of that particular subject. So friends, take this very seriously and watch our classes. Don't depend only on notes. We have been telling this since many days. But some aspirants don't take it seriously. But now it is time for you to take this matter seriously. Watch our classes to prepare for descriptive part of the examination. Okay. Now talking about aspirants who have not enrolled into our classes, what you can do is, whenever you start a chapter, start with the concepts. Directly don't go to solve MCQs. Anyway, that MCQs solving will not help you because you don't know any background of the question, you don't know any background of the concept. So that's why first read the concepts, understand the concepts, then only go for solving MCQs. So in the process of understanding the concepts, you are already preparing for the descriptive questions. This thing you have to keep in mind now. Okay. So keeping all this in mind, I want to proceed by giving you tips how to prepare for the descriptive part. So these tips are going to be very helpful. So please watch this class with full concentration till the end. So how to prepare? So these tips, no, if you follow right from now onwards, then it will be very easy for you in the examination, even if the exam paper has descriptive part. Okay. So very first tip, practice to read the question carefully. From now only you should be practicing this. You should practice to read the question carefully. Why I am telling this means, when you are reading the question carefully and slowly, at that time you can make the outline of the answer in your mind. Or if you don't want to make it in your mind, you can make the outline of the answer in the margin. You have to practice thinking this way while reading the question. Okay. So what you have to do? While reading the question, you have to make an outline in the margin. If it is a 2 marks question, then 2 lines. If it is a 3 marks question, then 3 lines. Like that, you have to practice making this outline. Rough idea plot you have to make it. Once you complete reading the question, then you can put it on the paper. You can write the answers. Those answers which you have plotted in your mind or in the margin. Right. I will give you examples with the subjects. Let us start with the physics. For example, if you are preparing for physics optics chapter, you think, okay, you are watching my class, optics class, or if you are a free classes aspirant, you are reading it from a textbook, anything is okay. For example, you are preparing for properties of light. Now this is not the exam to read question carefully, right? So while preparing, what you have to do, you should read the textbook or you should watch my class, right? After that, close your eyes and just tell the important points to yourself. When you are talking about properties of light, what all you should be able to tell? You should be able to tell that light travels in straight line. That is, it has a rectilinear motion. Or along with that, you should also know about this point that speed is maximum for light in vacuum. These 2 points, right? If for 2 marks question means these 2 lines you will be there in your mind already, you can easily write. Further, you should be also knowing about refraction, reflection, absorption, interference, diffraction, lenses or mirrors. All that things should be there in your mind when you talk about properties of light. When you talk about optics, you should become little bit more broader with more topics. Right? You get my point, right? So this is how you have to practice. So basically what you have to do is, just after reading, you should try to form the sentences of the answers. That thing is very important here. Okay. Now I gave you example of physics, right? I'll give you example of mathematics. For example, if you are watching a maths class on quadratic equation. or if you are solving problems from this chapter. You should be knowing the standard form of the quadratic equation. You should know the standard formulae in this chapter. You should be able to solve the problems, the story problems, right? You should be knowing about the nature of roots using the determinant concept. All that you should be able to do. So if you are able to do all that, then you can easily solve the MCQs from the chapter, and also you will be able to answer the descriptive questions, because sometimes aspirants use tricks in mathematics. The tricks will help you in multiple choice questions, but that will not help you in descriptive questions. So you have to be very, very careful. If you use step by step answers in descriptive, you may get marks even if your final answer is wrong. You get my point, right? See, some aspirants kept on asking us to give mathematics tricks. But we did not give mathematics tricks in the regular classes. We never give mathematics tricks in the regular classes because we want aspirants to learn the regular procedure of solving that particular problem. We want aspirants to know the mathematical concept behind every problem. Later, after the regular classes completed, then we made a mathematics short trick booklet to make it easy for the aspirants, because the exam pattern had MCQs. Then we gave that mathematics trick booklet for all the paid classes aspirants. Right? Even for Karnataka TET also in regular classes, we did not give mathematics tricks. We give the normal procedure. After notification every year, when we take the revision classes, at that time we solve mathematics problems using the mathematics tricks to save the time. Because Karnataka TET is also having multiple choice questions. Right? Now, because we are thinking that descriptive part will come into picture, so we are thinking that only tricks will not help. Steps also should be there in solving the problem. You get my point, right? Now, after physics and mathematics, I will give you example of a chemistry. For CB method aspirants, I am telling this. For example, you are solving a chemical reaction, or maybe you are balancing the equation. So what you have to do when you read the chapter chemical reaction, for sure you should be knowing about the balancing the equation. Learning only few will not help. So that's why you should know the procedure of how to balance the equation. Once you know the procedure, then you can balance any number of chemical equations. Right? Like that only, what are the types of chemical reactions you should be knowing. Or for example, if there is a topic like this, corrosion. When you read about corrosion, you should be able to answer the definition. You should be able to explain the process of corrosion. You should be knowing what are the factors affecting corrosion, and also you should be able to tell about the daily life examples of corrosion. So this much if you do, you are preparing for MCQs also, and you are preparing for descriptive part also. You get my point, right? Let me give you example of biology. In biology, for example, if you are preparing for photosynthesis. So after you read photosynthesis topic, or after you watch our photosynthesis class, you should be able to write the equation of photosynthesis. You should be able to explain the process of photosynthesis. You should also practice the diagram. For example, you should practice the diagram of a chloroplast in this answer. You should be knowing the importance of the process of photosynthesis. You should also be knowing the factors affecting photosynthesis. So this much if you know, you are preparing for descriptive and you are also preparing for MCQs part also. You get my point, right? And please note that we are assuming that if at all descriptive part comes this time, then what to do? Because this is not confirmed yet, because a notification is not released yet, nor even any official news has been come out relating to the change in the exam pattern. Okay. When I talk about diagrams, no, especially for CB method aspirant, diagrams are very, very important. So you have to keep this in mind. Okay. For GPSTR, no, already last year, I mean 2022 previous year question paper pattern was only such that it had MCQ and descriptive. So this time also the same pattern will be there, right? So that's why we have taken classes like that only with the MCQ and descriptive. In fact, we have also given a diagram booklet for GPSTR aspirants. So aspirants who are from the paid classes, they use that booklet to practice the diagrams. So that's why please make it sure, especially for CB method aspirants, diagrams are very, very important. Okay. Now coming to the third tip. What is the third important tip means? You should always learn definitions, whatever the topic it is. Either it is physics, it is chemistry, it is biology, or even for mathematics also sometimes definitions are there which you should learn. Along with the definitions, you should know formulae of everything, either it is mathematics or physics, because no, in descriptive part, steps will have marks. If you don't know how to solve the problem, at least you write the formula, you will get marks for that. Write one or two more steps, you will get marks for that also. Even if your final answer is wrong, then also you will get some marks in the descriptive part. So that is the advantage of the descriptive part. Why? Because no, in MCQ, either it is right or it is wrong. But in descriptive, even if your answer is not completely correct, then also you may get answer if you have written something related to it, which is important. So that's why you may get a few marks even if your answer is not up to the mark. That is the advantage of the descriptive part questions. Okay. And I already told you, you should learn the diagrams. Not only for CB method aspirants, even for physics and mathematics also I can say, because mathematics you have constructions and all that, right? So that also I am including under diagrams only. So for 2 marks questions, they will not ask diagrams. They will ask only theory part. For 3 marks or mostly 4 marks, they will ask diagrams. You have to draw the diagrams and you have to name the parts of the diagrams. So that's why you should make the list of the diagrams if you really want to score good marks in descriptive part. Okay, so we have already given the list of diagrams for GPSTR paid classes aspirants. After notification, once it is confirmed that descriptive part questions will come, in case that is confirmed, we will give the list of diagrams to HSTR paid classes aspirants also. Okay. Next, most important tip. This tip is related to exam. So that's why you should keep practicing this tip from now only. What is this means? Don't make answers complicated. The answer should not be complicated, because no, when the examiner is correcting your paper, you never know the mindset of the examiner, right? Maybe the examiner is not feeling well, or maybe the examiner is frustrated correcting many answer sheets. If the examiner finds your answer complicated, then the examiner may get upset or may get irritated and may cut marks. So you have to keep it simple as much as possible. This thing you have to practice from now only. So whenever you are preparing for descriptive part, you have to make it sure that your answers are simple. That too in points you have to write. Okay, that is my 5th tip actually. Write answer in points. If it is a 2 mark question, 2 to 3 lines are enough. If it is a 3 mark question, 3 to, I mean by lines means I am talking about sentences, okay, not lines. Sentences should be there. Okay. And for 3 marks, 3 to 4 sentences. For 4 marks, 4 to 5 sentences. If a diagram is there in 4 marks, then even 2 sentences are enough along with the diagram. Simply diagram means don't draw only diagram. You should name the parts of the diagram. Then only your diagram is considered complete. This you have to make sure. Okay. Whenever you learn the diagrams, you have to learn the parts of that particular diagram. Even if you are drawing a ray diagram in optics, then also you should know where is the center of curvature, where is focal, all that you have to write in the diagram, or else they will cut your marks. Okay. And most importantly, what is the most important thing you have to do to prepare for descriptive part? You should practice writing. If you practice writing from now onwards only, then it will be easy for you to write quickly, neatly in the exam, because your handwriting should be very neat. Your paper should reflect your teacher skills. You understand my point, right? In the examination, actually the examiner is testing whether the teacher is capable to teach or no, whether the teacher is capable to check the answer sheets of the student or no, whether the teacher is capable to portray everything, the knowledge on the blackboard to the students. So all this is being checked there, right? So you have to practice writing. Not only practice writing, you have to practice writing neatly. You have to practice by setting the time. You should set the time and practice writing. So basically you should practice writing fast, because if you save time, that is the golden thing to happen in your exam. You can put that efforts in other questions then. Okay, clear, right? So this are the tips which I wanted to give you, which are purely based on the descriptive part of the question paper. There are many more tips related to multiple choice questions and how to save time and how to jump for the next question when you don't get the previous question. All those things we can tell later. But now we thought, because some aspirants are getting panic, I wanted to make it easy for you all and make you understand that even in case they add descriptive part in the exam, we don't need to worry. We are here to help you. We have promised that we will help all the paid class aspirants till the exam date, right? So that is our work. We will do our best. Whatever is needed for you all to prepare for descriptive part, that also we will do in case it is confirmed that descriptive part will come in the exam. Okay friends, rest if you have any doubts, you can write in your paid classes groups, or if you are a free class aspirant, then you can join our Telegram group. You have link in the description below this video. And aspirants, what you feel about what all we have told, please try to write in the comment section below this video, so that it will help us in understanding what you are thinking. Okay friends, thank you. All the best. Bye.